What a Sunday it was for the San Francisco 49ers as the Niners have won 6 games in a row by absolutely thrashing and embarrassing Tom Brady in front of his family. Thanks for tuning into the 49ers Report no matter where you are or how you're tuned in. Greatly appreciate all of you for making our post-game show a part of your night. Our show, presented by Vincero Collective, exceptionally crafted, stylish, and affordable watches for 20% off and free shipping. If you use the link at the bottom of your screen, it's vincerocollective.com/chat. It's the holiday season. Treat yourself or somebody else who you care about with one of these great watches like the one that I'm wearing during our post-game show. Now, we're live on YouTube. We're live on call-in. I'm going to get to my takeaways for this game. Then we'll start taking some calls. In the meantime, final score of 35-7, and really from the jump, from the start, from the first whistle, this game was not close at all. San Francisco thoroughly dominated Tampa Bay in every single category. And this is why you subscribe to the show, because I told everybody here on the 49ers Report, do not be fooled by Tampa Bay coming back from 2 scores against the New Orleans Saints and Tom Brady working his magic. This is an offense that's been lost all year. This is a team that is not well coached, and even defensively, statistically, they're pretty good, but they can be exposed. And San Francisco completely outclassed Tampa Bay all throughout the afternoon at Levi Stadium. Final score of 35-7. And who would have thought that in a game with Brock Purdy going up against Tom Brady, that it would be Purdy who would be benched late, all because the Niners just completely came through with a thoroughly dominant performance. And Brock Purdy, type BCB for the real ones out there, was sensational in this football game. To show him some love for his performance, I want everybody watching right now to type BCB for Big Cock Brock. Now, we will get to what Brock Purdy did and some of my other takeaways from this game. But everybody is coming here right now, or at least a lot of you, to get the latest on Deebo Samuel. He got a carry out of the shotgun early in this football game, in between the tackles, and it was one of those awkward plays in which his body went backwards, his knee went the other way, his leg went the other way. He had to get carted off the field. He was gathered around by teammates who were consoling him. He was in tears as he was getting carted to the locker room. It looked at the time like it was going to be a very serious injury. But according to multiple reports out there and people that we've talked to, the early indication right now is that Deebo Samuel avoided serious injury. It looks as though it's going to be an ankle injury, and hopefully he was able to escape this game without being lost for a really long time. Of course, updates will continue to come from Kyle Shanahan. We are live right now on the Niners Report, so as we get some of those updates, we'll pass those along, but that is the latest on Deebo Samuel, who had a rushing touchdown from 13 yards out. He's been dealing with a couple of injuries after that contract extension, and by the way, if this was a serious injury and is a serious injury, you want to know why Deebo Samuel wanted to get paid? Because the NFL stands for not for long, and you can't have your future guaranteed. Deebo Samuel came into this year making less than $4 million. If he suffered a catastrophic injury, he would have been screwed, wouldn't have gotten that contract extension. Now that he did, he has that financial security. If you were in this spot, you would probably agree and go about that situation in a similar fashion. Outside of Deebo, to show him some love, please type 19 in the comment section, because he had really been coming into his own over the last couple of weeks, looking like the MVP caliber player that he was last year. Give me those 19s. And for Kyle Shanahan, it is time to officially learn your lesson. When you run some of your best playmakers in between the tackles, disaster strikes. That's what happened to Trey Lance, which is why he suffered that compound fracture in his ankle. If Deebo Samuel suffered a serious injury or not, he's going to be out at least for a little while, best case scenario. You ran him in between the tackles. You have Jordan Mason in that spot as a backup to Christian McCaffrey to run the football in a physical type of playing style in that exact moment around midfield. Use him, Kyle. You have to learn your lesson. Jimmy Garoppolo goes down with that broken foot. Trey Lance earlier this year. Deebo Samuel with this apparent injury. I'm not blaming Kyle Shanahan, but all I'm saying, as the play caller of this team, learn your lesson and don't run some of your premier playmakers in between the tackles when it doesn't make sense when you have running backs to use. Speaking of running backs, Christian McCaffrey, absolutely sensational in this football game. 14 carries, 119 yards, a touchdown on the ground, and then through the air, a wonderful touchdown reception from Brock Purdy. Little toe drag swag in the left corner of the end zone, 2 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown. He continues to be a stellar acquisition for San Francisco. We're going to get to Brock Purdy on the other side as well as your calls. But first, Vincero Collective, our presenting sponsor for our post-game show, 20% off and free shipping for these exquisitely, exceptionally crafted, stylish and affordable watches. And for the faithful, 20% off if you use the promo code chat at vincerocollective.com/chat. I think that timepieces are a very underrated element to everybody's fashion wardrobe. Watches just make you look a little bit more stylish, a little bit more sophisticated, and when you get these really nice watches for very affordable prices, it just adds a little pep in your step, and you go about your life with a little bit more swagger. And this holiday season, you can treat yourself with a Vincero watch, and they have multiple styles. I'm rocking a leather band right now. They have suede bands as well, new holiday deals as well, which are absolutely great. Site-wide, 20% off for the faithful. There's no better way to spread holiday cheer than upgrading your style for all to hear. Thank you to our friends at Vincero for sponsoring today's post-game show. If you aren't familiar with them, exceptionally crafted, stylish watches, all at affordable prices. It's a premium lifestyle brand based out of San Diego that also makes high-quality, affordable sunglasses, jewelry, and more. So it's your one-stop shop for just looking fresh during this holiday season. Get that deal right now, VinceroCollective.com/chat. So let's talk about Brock Purdy here, because he really was impressive against the Miami Dolphins last week in relief of Jimmy Garoppolo. And you saw some really good things from Brock Purdy that translated into this game today. Anticipatory throws, reading the defense, having guts to make throws downfield in some really critical spots on some of those money downs, having good awareness. And today, even against the Dolphins, we saw this escapability and this mobility in the pocket, which was underrated. And I've said, look, don't lose hope that the Niners can win a Super Bowl, because all Brock Purdy has to do is not mess things up. And if he plays at the level that he did today, in which Purdy was awesome, 16 of 21, 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, San Francisco can win the NFC and represent this conference in the Super Bowl. I think after today, we saw some movement in the NFC. We saw some changes. The Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers are the top 2 teams in this conference, even with Brock Purdy as the quarterback. I thought the touchdown throw to Christian McCaffrey was great. He saw the blitz in front of him. He took a big lick, still to deliver the football down that far sideline. The touchdown to Ayuk, he got drilled, just like the touchdown to Christian McCaffrey, and still made the throw downfield. There were times in which he sensed the pocket break down, and he was able to twirl out of the pocket, out of pressure, and still deliver the football. Like, those are big boy NFL quality throws and plays, and the awareness that he has really gives you a lot of confidence moving forward for this offense. And let's give credit to Kyle Shanahan here. I'm critical of him for calling that run play for Deebo, because I don't think you put your playmaker in that spot. Goal line is one thing. Midfield to run him is another thing. But Brock Purdy wouldn't be the quarterback, and he wouldn't have the readiness that we've seen the last game and a half if it wasn't for a good coaching staff, quality play calling, and of course, the roster constructed around him. And Brian Greasy also deserves credit for Big Cock Brock, Glock Purdy, whatever you want to call him, as he was looking Purdy tonight, for playing as well as he has in the first game and a half. Now, yes, the Seahawks go down today against the Carolina Panthers, a bad loss for them. The true test for Purdy is on the road for the first time against the Seattle Seahawks, in a game that Seattle needs to win in order to keep pace of the Niners in the NFC West after having won 6 straight. But the early takeaways from Purdy and this overall team right now is that this team can go the distance even without Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy playing. Grade the Niners' performance today. A, B, C, D, or F. If you say anything but A, you are just tripping. Let's talk about this defense here. Adam Schefter with the report earlier today saying that the Niners fully expect DeMeco Ryans, to land a head coaching job. obviously. You saw what he did with this Niners team. After they started 3-5 last year, things didn't look pretty on the offensive and defensive side of the football. Well, the Niners made masterful adjustments after that point, made it to the NFC Championship game in part because of Deebo. And this year, they are number one in basically every major statistical category on the defensive side of the ball. Brock Purdy, by the way, the first quarterback to beat Tom Brady in his first career start. Previously, Brady was 6-0. But what Deebo Ryans is doing right now really is special. I mean, they fleeced the Bucs. They embarrassed the GOAT in Tom Brady, according to a lot of people, as the Niners were beating the GOAT all throughout the day. Tom Brady entering this game had the lowest interception percentage in the NFL. The Niners confused him. They got pressure on him consistently, where Tom Brady threw 2 picks today. The disguises, the blitz packages, the timely blitzes in this game, the coverage downfield, the development of players at all 3 levels can be due in part to Deebo Ryan just being a great defensive coordinator. So yes, he is going to get a head coaching job in this cycle, in my opinion, after he backed out of initial interviews last offseason. And for Kyle Shanahan, let's once again give him credit, as now in his coaching career, after a rebuild is 2 games over 500, he has produced head coaches out of his last 3 coaching staffs. Robert Saleh, Mike McDaniel, soon to be Deebo Ryans. All right, let's start taking your calls here on Call-In as well as YouTube. Going to go to my guy, Mark Valencia. Going to make you the first caller here on our post-game show. What's up, Mark? How are you doing? Hope the family's doing well as well.
Thanks, Chase. Bro, great show as always. You and Treasy always bring it.
Thank you, bro.
Let me bring it with some hot takes for you, bro, after this game.
Yep.
Dude, was that Jeff Garcia or was that Steve Young out there, bro? Brock, to me, man, he's the perfect, dude, amalgamation of both of them. I love the pocket awareness and the moxie, dude. I mean, dude, Brock made this offense fun again. I mean, his elusiveness, his explosiveness. The guy's like, he's like a gringo Patrick Mahomes minus the annoying-ass girlfriend and brother, dude. Seriously, man. I mean, look, dude, Jimmy G, we all know that guy's guapo, dude. But Brock is balling and slinging it out there. He is Purdy. Lastly, dude, I love seeing his pop shedding tears of joy for his boy, man. And that really touches me because I got a little boy. It was really awesome to see that, a father seeing his boys, his dreams realized on the football field.
No doubt. So special, man. So special.
And lastly, bro, last take for you. As for this Thursday night, you touched on it. I would love to see Trey Sermon used a lot to soften up that D-line on the Sea Chickens, and then just have McCaffrey gouge them with his speed. And then I just want to know your thoughts, bro.
Yeah.
And great show, man.
Appreciate it, brother. And I sent that letter to y'all, so you should be getting it soon. You're in what, Boise, Idaho, right?
Yeah, I'm in Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho.
We kind of chopped up a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, so I sent that letter to you on Friday, so you should be getting it soon. And let's react to what Mark had to say, a.k.a. on YouTube, for those of you familiar, words of wisdom. So the chops of Brock Purdy, the confidence, the accuracy, the anticipation, these are some of the things that you look for. Pocket awareness, understanding where the blitz is coming from, like that throw to Christian McCaffrey. The Bucs had stacked the box. This is a Todd Bowles defense that we're talking about. And Todd Bowles, much better defensive coordinator as compared to head coach. Either way, still his defense. Still a good defense. They came in, I think, top 12, top 13 against the pass this year. And for him to understand that the blitz is coming and to understand where he has to go with the football, to take a hit in the chest, in the face, and still throw that ball is great. And you said Trey Sermon. You meant Jordan Mason. I hope, too, that against a Seahawks team that brands itself on physicality, that the Niners do run Jordan Mason a little bit more than they did today. Now, I said earlier, Christian McCaffrey, all-time game. This guy has been a great trade acquisition. A lot of people out there had ripped this trade, and I had said when we were live that night that this was a great trade for San Francisco if he can stay healthy. Think of him less as a weapon, more of a wide receiver. That's what he brings. But Jordan Mason gives you that element of that physical back. And we'll see what happens with Brock Purdy moving forward. Like, obviously, teams are going to get tape on him, but I have faith in Kyle Shanahan with the offensive design, with the play calling, with the playmakers at the disposal for him and Brock Purdy, that Purdy can continue to at least be serviceable. And today, he looked absolutely elite. All right, let's go to Drew Lucero. Next caller on the Niners Report postgame show. What's up, Drew?
What's going on there, Chase? This is a great game. Good confidence booster for the kid.
Yep.
That defense really showed out. Is fucking awesome. Pardon my language.
Oh, you're good, bro. You can curse here on YouTube and call in. We don't cancel you.
Nice. No, it's beautiful to see this, and then we got four very winnable games coming up. We need to take care of business first up in up in Seattle, handle that stuff on a short week, and I think that's probably the most crucial thing because then we get that mini bye week, and then going into the which is I think Washington may be the toughest team we faced for the rest of the season after Seattle. So
yeah.
I think we can cruise into the playoffs quite nicely. I just hope that some reports now that the injury to Deebo is not as serious as originally feared. So that's good news. Just need to get everybody healthy, keep everybody healthy, and get our reinforcements back. I'm very proud of this. I'm very very proud of Brock Purdy. I can't say enough good about the kid, and I was thinking he's probably going to have to average about 180 yards and 2 tutties a game just to keep the team afloat, and he did exactly that today. And proud of the kid. And thanks for everything you do, Chase. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, Drew. Thanks for the call. And let's break down this upcoming schedule because Drew did allude to it. Here's the Deebo Samuel update here. This from Schefter and Jeff Darlington. Kyle Shanahan says that Deebo has a left ankle injury. He said we're not sure the extent of it, but it's most likely a high ankle sprain. It is not broken, he said. So usually ankle sprains, high right ankle sprains, it's kind of in that 4 to 6 week timeline. And now the Niners are, 9-4, 13 games in, with 4 games left here in the regular season, opportunity for Deebo to get right, get healthy, to get back on the football field. And with 4 weeks left, here's the upcoming schedule for the Niners. Game on the road, Thursday night, short week. We'll be live for this watch party against Seattle. The 49ers now are 9-4. They have a couple game lead on Seattle after their loss today to the Carolina Panthers. That game is critical, and Brock Purdy is going to be tested in a hostile environment in a place where San Francisco traditionally does not play well in. The following week, they return home to Levi's, Commanders. Commanders are going to be fighting for their playoff lives. That game could be difficult. Then you go on the road against the Raiders. That team has blown, 4 13-plus point leads this season. So at that point, are they just going to fold and give in? Potentially it could be a win. Then the Niners host the Arizona Cardinals the final week. They won 10 games last year. They've already won 9 with 4 to go. And I thought that this game was really critical because if you lose this opportunity, you lose that game next week and things start to get a little bit hairy. You win this game, you give yourself some breathing room, and that's absolutely fantastic for San Francisco. For those of you watching on YouTube, we're going to get to your Super Chats coming up here in a little while. For the 900 of you watching live, if you want to join our post-game show, Trizzy, why don't you pop up that QR code? You can call into the show. By downloading the call-in app, we'll pop up those QR codes for you to call into the show. David Corona tuned in from Corona, California. He's a real one. What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Even better that you called in, my guy.
Oh, man. Great win today. Especially Brock Purdy, man. Like, man, if he plays like that, like the rest of the year,
sky's the limit, bro.
We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And after that, we win Thursday. We beat the Sea Chickens, and we got the division in the bag. And after that, like we play good all the way down. Brock Purdy will shows up, and we could win that Super Bowl and win it this time.
Yeah. Hey, David, I agree, man. This is a team that's well-equipped, and I appreciate the call, to make a run at the Super Bowl, represent the NFC, and make it to Glendale, Arizona. Every part of this team has elite factors to it, from the management, head coach, offense, defense. All Purdy has to do, play point guard, don't mess it up, and if he's delivering dimes downfield, my goodness, look the F out. Michael, we're going next to you. Funky Nitro in the building. What up, Michael?
Yeah, so I got a name for Brock, and it's called Brock the Shock.
Brock the Shock, I like that.
Because he's going to shock a lot of people, and they didn't give him credit. And here you go, he's going to beat Tom Brady. Really not so much because he had to play against their defense, but man, he just did a lot more than Brady did today.
Yep.
Also, hope Deebo's back by next week, but you said 4 to 6 weeks on the high spring.
That's my guesstimate. That's my guesstimate. Usually high ankle sprains, that's the timeline. So we'll just see. I think it's a sure thing. On a short week Thursday night game, he's not going to play Thursday.
Yeah, and I believe we found a diamond in the rough or a needle in the haystack. And the only downside to me in this game, I want the 49ers to be a 40 to 50-point score like the Eagles were today.
Hell yeah.
And I was really aggravated that they didn't reach that 40-point mark.
I know.
And go Niners. Appreciate the show.
Hey, Michael, appreciate that, a.k.a. Funky Nitro on YouTube. Big supporter of what we do on the YouTube side of things. For those of you watching here on the tube, I kind of wanted that 40 burger too. You know, and I said that earlier in the watch party. Like, the Eagles today, they put the pedal to the floor against a rival team. They made a statement, and they didn't relinquish. They didn't give up. They kept going. And I wanted Kyle Shanahan to do that. You know, they didn't get that 40 piece, but my goodness. I mean, 35-7, that's an absolutely dominant win for the Niners. Let's go next to Treasure. Treasure! What up, Treasure? How you doing?
Hey there, Chase. What's happening?
What's good, Treasure? You there?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, go ahead. What's up?
You're breaking up.
I hear you. You hear me?
Well, I just wanted to give props to Brock Purdy because you know that's the one I've been saying that he's going to do his thing once he got out there, and he's doing it. All the props to the 49ers, and my partner and I are loving our new place.
That's awesome, man. Where are you guys living at?
We are now located in Antioch, California.
Okay. Congratulations to you and your partner for the new crib, man.
Man, it's been a while, but we just buckled down and we got it, and we're doing the best that we can now. So
that's fantastic, bro. Keep it moving, all right? Keep the positivity up.
Let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners. You're hearing from Treasure right there. Now, let's welcome in a special caller celebrating the 8th anniversary with his wife. It's the homie Joseph, a.k.a. Wet Noodle 187, who's coming to us from enemy territory where this game is taking place next Thursday in Seattle. It's Wet Noodle 187. What up, Wet Noodle?
Hey, what's up, Chase? What's going on, man?
There he is. How's the fam doing, bro?
Oh, it's going great. Been a great day.
Good. Happy holiday season to y'all.
Yep, you too, man. I've got a question for you real quick. If all three quarterbacks are available for the playoffs, who do you think will be the starter for game one?
I think it's going to be Purdy, man. I just don't see how Purdy is not the starter if the Niners continue to play this well. And, Wet Noodle, you might have missed this, but Jimmy Garoppolo, the expected timeline for recovery, 3 months. So that puts him basically out the rest of the season. I think there's an outside chance that Trey Lance comes back. I'd be highly doubtful that he's able to even recover in time. So I think it's going to be Purdy. It's the Purdy show.
He looks so calm in the pocket too. So I think the system works perfect for him right now.
Dude, I agree. And I think a lot of that is because of the college experience. Like, he had so much experience at Iowa State for a program that won a lot. And I think that's really translated. Matt Campbell's a really good college coach, and now he gets to pair up with Kyle Shanahan. I think that's reaped its benefits.
Oh, definitely, man.
All right, Wet Noodle. Congratulations on the 8-year anniversary, bro.
Yep, thanks, man. You have a good one.
Yeah, you as well. We'll see you next week. Draco, I see you spitting bars on the Instagram, getting out those raps. What up, Draco? You going to spit some bars for us here? What's up?
You funny.
I got you.
Just say no.
Happy birthday, bro, by the way.
I got some stuff, though. If you do really want it, I'll send you some.
Hey, man, let's go. Happy birthday. You have a good birthday?
Yeah, it was cool. I ain't going to lie. I forgot my name that day.
That's always a good thing. What do you got about this game, man?
It was fantastic. It was a great game. Dre Greenlaw, he came out to play. The rest of the defense came out to play. I hope. Well, you hear my evil twin, my younger daughter, in the background. But yeah, they played as well as her spirit is up. You feel me?
I like that.
But it was a great game on both sides, defense and offense, and I couldn't ask for a better performance from Purdy. hopefully we can keep the ride going, keep the wins going.
No doubt. Drake, appreciate you for calling in. And if your daughter is your twin, then everything will be good in life. And how about Dre Greenlaw? So Fred Warner is the best off-ball linebacker in the NFL, in my opinion. Dre Greenlaw is not a distant second. Like, the Niners might have the two best linebackers in the game in Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw is a fantastic linebacker, and the fact that the Niners have him under the contract that they do, absolute steal. Let's go next to Swift. What's up, Swift? You're next up on our post-game show. How you doing tonight?
What's going on, Chase?
Yo, how you doing?
It's kind of breaking up a little bit, but man, hey, I just wanted to say, man, this bang bang Niner gang off top, man.
Always.
Yeah, we smacked them. We smacked them down, bro. We smacked them like they needed to be. But the look on Tom Brady's face, man, like I was feeling kind of sad a little bit, but I was over there doing backflips at the same time.
Yep.
But my question is Tom Brady passing down the mojo down to Brock Purdy? Is he giving him the mojo? Is he giving it to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, here, I'm gonna leave my legacy with you. Like, here, take on. You know the ins and outs with it.
Yeah, what type of story would that be, Swift? And thanks for calling into the show, man. First time we're hearing from you, and every time we get a first-time caller, it is an absolute pleasure. But Swift bringing the heat right there. So Brady, 6th-round pick. Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant, last pick in the 7th round of the NFL draft. It looked like that today, Swift, where Tom Brady's like, yo, Brock, it's your show, man. I grew up in San Mateo. I grew up idolizing Joe Montana and the San Francisco 49ers. I was at Candlestick for the catch, Joe Montana, to Dwight Clark. It's your time, son. Now, I actually think that Tom Brady, not to be realistic here, I should say, this was an audition for him to maybe go to the Niners next year. Regardless of how well Brock Purdy played, regardless of Jimmy Garoppolo's status or Trey Lance, if the Niners have an opportunity to sign Tom Brady in free agency, are they going to pass up that opportunity if Brady's like, you know what, I'll take a discount deal to play in front of my parents who still live in Northern California, to play for the team that I grew up rooting for, to try to chase one more Super Bowl? I don't think that Brady is a terrible quarterback. I think that Brady is actually pretty solid. I just think that the team around him sucks, and I told everybody in the lead-up, don't be fooled by Brady coming back against the Saints by 2 scores late in the game. This is a Bucs team that is not that good at the end of the day. Let's go next to Tom. What's up, Captain Tom? How you doing? You there, Tom? Make sure you unmute yourself if you want to join the show.
Yep.
There he is. What's up, man?
You're breaking up real bad, Chase.
I hear you. I hear you. Go ahead.
I can barely hear you. All I hear is a little word here and there. Anyway, if you can hear me, it was a hell of a game. A couple of points I wanted to make was that this kid, Brock Purdy, he shows incredible poise in everything that he does. He gets his reads, hangs in the pocket. He's not afraid of taking a hit. And obviously, like you said, the defense is elite. I think one of the things that starts rolling is keep winning like this is that the team begins to believe in itself so much that even when they go up to Seattle and they've had problems there in the past, they just know they're going to win. They know they can dominate. And, as the season rolls along, that just builds on itself. So, but this kid, Brock Purdy, one of the things I was thinking about that it would be such a Cinderella story. This kid, Mr. Irrelevant, comes in off the bench and leads this team to the Super Bowl. Whether he wins it or not is one thing. Yes, he's got a lot of weapons, and he's got a coach that can build. Has shown that he can build quarterbacks. But it'd just be a wonderful story for the Niners to have, and certainly for this kid. But as always, just an excellent show, and I really enjoyed the work that you guys do.
Tom Daly, thank you so much for the call. Thank you so much for the compliments. Like we've continued to say, man, I mean, Brock Purdy, the awareness in the pocket, the veteran type of mentality that he has, the cool, calm, and collected approach that he has to the game of football. Like, even when things go well or they go poorly. Whether it's at Iowa State, here with the Niners, the dude is just a flatliner. And I love those qualities about a starting quarterback. And that's what he has. Over time, we've seen Kyle Shanahan have success with C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins. Can he continue to have success with a guy like Brock Purdy? And can Brock Purdy continue to play like he did today and against Miami? This is a game-and-a-half sample size in which he has looked absolutely fantastic. But oftentimes, backups are backups for a reason because the book gets out, and they just can't sustain that week in and week out. Can Purdy be the exception? Let's hope so. Let's go next to Izzy B. What up, Izzy?
Hi.
What's up, Izzy? How you doing?
I can barely hear you. You're kind of choppy. But I
Okay,
don't know
what's up?
who's going to win between, if it came down to it, the 49ers or the Eagles.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so I actually think the Niners are the better team, Izzy. I think that they're more complete. The Eagles have the edge at quarterback, and the rosters are evenly matched, but I'll go San Francisco in a very close game. I think we're on a collision course for those two teams to be in the NFC Championship game.
I do believe so.
Yeah.
But how about Cam Newton? How you feeling about him?
Cam Newton, don't do it. Don't do it.
Careful, Eagle.
Yeah, I know you're an Auburn gal, but I'm not signing Cam Newton. His completion percentage for his career is sub 60%. I think his arm is tanked, and I just think he's done. I haven't seen enough good football out of him the last couple of years to just sign him off the street and have faith that if he gets thrust into action, he'll be good.
Oh, I respect that, but disagree.
All right, Izzy. I appreciate the call. Have a good night, all right?
Much love.
All right. Much love always. All right. Let's go next to, we have a couple callers left. We're going to go Lamar and Jeremy. Final two callers here. Hold on. Lamar, I just made you the next caller. Go ahead, Lamar.
Hey, what's going on, Chase?
Yo, what up, Lamar? How you doing?
Look, I got a couple of things I want to say. I'm gonna make it real short and sweet.
Cool.
Good win by the home team today. Very impressed with Purdy. Very impressed. But my deal is with Kyle Shanahan. I don't know if you saw the tweet or not that Jerry Rice sent out. He was saying that, Kyle, you gotta stop running the guys up the middle.
Yep.
You got to. And you know, and his play calling at times is very suspect, and that was one of the calls. I mean, we're up 21-0, Chase. 21-0. And why do you have Deebo in the backfield?
Yeah, it doesn't make
sense.
sense.
There's no need for that.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. It really doesn't.
And so, you know, we almost got to a point where we lost one of our star players. I mean, we need every player, every piece on that field because we're playing with a lot of pieces and a lot of great pieces. And so he just needs to quit doing that. And I hope today he's learned his lesson. And I think that the media and everybody else need to just call him out on that.
Yeah.
And that's my spiel.
Well, hey, man, that's a great call right there, Lamar, and thanks for tuning into the show. And I said the same exact thing. Once the injury happened, I tweeted out, that's why Kyle Shanahan should be running Jordan Mason in that spot, in that situation. Running in between the tackles spells disaster. All you have to see, previous example, Trey Lance, the current example, Deebo Samuel. It's one thing to use Deebo in the red zone on some third down situations. He is a weapon. He is a fantastic playmaker. Last year, he should have been more so in the MVP conversation because he legit carried the Niners offense and helped them get out of that 3-5 start by being a first-team All-Pro. I hope that Kyle Shanahan learns his lesson. And I hope that somebody in that post-game press conference is going to say, Kyle, did you learn your lesson from running Trey Lance in between the tackles and Deebo Samuel in between the tackles? These are injuries. That was a season ender to Trey Lance and a potential long-term injury at the very least to Deebo Samuel. You have running backs for a reason. Running the football is the foundation of your offense, but you got to put your players in a position to succeed and stay healthy. You are missing a Super Bowl from your mantle of being considered one of the best coaches offensively in this modern era of football, but you need your playmakers and your quarterbacks in order to win that ring. Stop calling these physical plays with this physical offense because these players do get injured because of it. So I'm with you, Lamar. It definitely fires me up, no doubt about that. All right, last caller of our post-game show. Then we'll stay live on YouTube. Let's go to Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy Sandoval? How you doing? Jeremy, you ready to rock? I'll give you there you are. What's up, Jeremy?
Sweet. First time caller here. Just want to say that, man,
Thanks,
the
bro.
Niners are doing great this year. Like, I've been watching for a number of years, since about 94. I can remember watching games at my grandfather's house and just sitting around the TV and everything. And I remember watching a few games when I was in Korea for a while.
That's incredible, dude. What were you in Korea for? Service
Stay
or
up
what?
late. What was that?
What were you in Korea for? Service?
I can't hear you. It's breaking up.
What were you in Korea for?
Oh, I was in the Army for a while.
Okay, thank you for your service, bro.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. But yeah, the way the locker room's looking this year, man, I think we got a strong push to go all the way to the Super Bowl this year. Perhaps stronger than the previous years. So
I agree. I mean, Jeremy, you look at this team right now and you compare it to like 2019. I think the offense, even with Brock Purdy, is better because the skill set around Brock Purdy is better. You had Emmanuel Sanders, you had Deebo Samuel, but like outside of that, this offense is better with the addition of Christian McCaffrey. Yes, they had George Kittle, but you still have George Kittle. Brandon Ayuk was drafted in 2020, and he has shown flashes of being a legitimate number one option. And isn't this crazy to say? The defense in 2022 might be better than the defense in 2019. That's why I continue to say, Brock Purdy, just don't mess it up, man. Don't mess it up. Play point guard, distribute the football, take what the game gives you and the plays that Kyle Shanahan calls for you. And I think Shanahan is a coach who really enjoys the challenge of coming up with a game plan to suit his quarterback who might be below the 8 ball as compared to the quarterback on the opposite sideline. Kyle Shanahan likes that challenge. He's just that stubborn, and he feels as though he's that smart of a game caller, offensive mind, head coach, and football program builder. So I can't wait to see what this team can do. 4 games left in the regular season. Of course, we'll be doing watch parties for all of them. It's going to be a blast. To all of you who joined us on Callin', I heard y'all perfectly throughout the day. If our audio was choppy, apologies, but we'll continue to operate that. Everybody on YouTube had no issues, so we'll contact the app and see what's up. But to everybody who tuned in on Callin', we're signing off, but continue to hang out with us here on YouTube. Appreciate all of you for supporting the Niners Report.